Hey guys, it's Neo here. I am actually filming in the kitchen because my room is under construction. So this is the actual only place with great lighting. Hopefully y'all can hear me perfectly. Oh, well, somewhat well. Um, but I want to give my thoughts on the Hades because I picked one up. I have a couple of issues to address with it because I'm pretty sure they can be fixed. So hopefully somebody will watch this and they're like, oh yeah, I can fix that easily. Blah, blah, blah. Or I know there's about 1 to 2 issues I can fix, which is how many there is. But I'll go ahead and start. I guess I'll go ahead and just give it. So issues that I found with it was first the stock. Prickly Nerf Mods. If you haven't seen his review, go watch it. It's a really good review for what it is. It's good. He mentioned the stock is literally just about a 6 clip, and he mentioned why try shouldering a 6 clip, and it's really uncomfortable. I mean, it wants to sit right here for me. That's gonna hurt me. But me, I want to have it just a little bit more up so I can actually sight it, because I'm used to this being my thing, or my blasters being lower so I can have this higher. He does a great mention of this stock because they actually do lift this up so they can have this sling mount. It's a great sling mount, but it's not worth having a uncomfortable stock. I'll just say that. So the stock needs to be fixed and maybe lowered just a little. I mean, I can, if I shoulder this part of the blaster, I can use this as a cheek rest and I can use this instead of this as a cheek rest. So my plan is, as well as his, to extend it out a few inches and drop it. I have no idea how I'm going to do mine, but I'm going to wait until a couple of people do theirs, see which one I kind of like best, and hopefully he does a good job so I can commission it, honestly. LOL. Next, the handle, the actual handle that you fire. Overall, my first impressions of the handle, fabulous. I actually love it. Like he mentions again, the Prickly Nerf Mods. It's a little thin, but it's a little thin, but they add a little bit of bulkiness on the side. And I actually really like this. I think this is like one of my favorite grips. It's one of my favorites. It's oversized, great. It's kind of like where I want it. But the issue is not the trigger, but this little part right here. So the way, hopefully I get this right, but this plate right here, it is too wide. Or they need to put a more aggressive, basically take this down is what I'm saying. Just put a more aggressive angle on that, because yes, I like having the support right here on my finger so I can actually one-handed this, because it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. But so far in my testing and feeling of my hand, my middle finger is literally red. Up against the skin. Yeah, like right there where it meets contact, it is red. It looks like it wants to blister. I don't know if I really don't mean to flip y'all off, but there's my finger, my rounded finger. It's just, I think it needs to be taken down a little bit. Maybe not be so smooth. That's what I'm gonna do eventually when I get around to it. Next. Of course, I'm gonna mention it because I can. This priming grip. It's you ought to think that since they made a 2.0, they would make a more comfier grip. But they don't, because why not? Because it's Nerf, they always gotta have something wrong with it. Unless it's the freaking Chronos. I mean, the Chronos was great, but it wasn't really their design with the Archer from Chris Cartea. The Archer would probably, the Chronos would never. So this grip, as of the same thing as the Artemis, it's chunky, it's blocky, it's not very comfortable, it's big. This tamper on all the way around. That tamper, this little channel right here where it boxes up, and that's not very comfortable. And that kind of with the convention of the stock and this handle, it kind of kills it for me. It really honestly does. The only thing I really do like about it is the capacity. It's got a good middle ground, as Prickly also said. It's a really good middle ground, because I think the Springer wise, we don't have a really good primary besides the Artemis. Yes, the Artemis holds 30 rounds, but in order to get it up to really good level, some people want to stock on it, so therefore they gotta go out and spend more money to fix it, and you know, go buy another pump grip for it. Kind of get it up to level. This already has a stock on it. It's not great. It can be improved. The handle's comfortable. This handle, not the priming grip. It can use a shotgun grip. What I did, I mean, it's just a personal preference. I know everyone's actually not gonna do it, but I have an idea on the turret. The Artemis and the Hades are internally the same. I want to see if the turrets are, which is this gigantic turret right here. My idea is, since they do actually have gap filling pieces, but they also do help to actually keep the shell of the turret in from falling, because just to show that I am actually holding it by the cylinder and nothing else. My idea is just to, you know, it looks so rectangular. I mean, it does. I mean, with this looks like that. Oh, we had a super long barrel. Chopped it right off and put a sling. Stock. We need to add some curvature. They put a curvature, and they slapped on a sloppy foregrip on it, pumping grip, whatever you want to call it. My idea is to take an Artemis thing, Artemis cylinder, because it's got not only is it just a slightly longer, it's got the black ring around it. I think it'll be a good aesthetic for this. So I need to get an Artemis, or go buy an Artemis, or someone wants to donate me an Artemis, because it's going to be about 3 or 4 weeks until I can actually go out and buy something, because family matters at this point. What else do I have to say about this? I'll go ahead and mention it. All the black and white, this grip is, all you gotta do is take 2 screws out and practically split it. I mean, not actually split it, but just bend the front 2 and pull it out. That's what she said. Both the nameplates are removable for painting or keeping it. This whole black part, the trigger all the way up to this is a separate part. The stock is a separate part. Hopefully, Out of Darts can maybe make a 3D printed stock. I mean, where it comes out a little longer and drops, and we still maybe have this stock point up in here. Just an idea. I'll go ahead and mention, if you do attempt to open this blaster, and if you want me to show a tutorial on how you actually have to open this blaster, I will more than welcomely do it. Just leave a comment down below saying do a tutorial thing. This side, it's great. You take the pump grip off, of course, and all that. Because unlike the Artemis, where this whole feeding mech is screwed into this side as well. I don't see a use for it because the shell is holding it perfectly fine, so I normally take those screws out. Except for this one. I actually think it needs at least one screw, because then it'll bend. I take out the... So, on this side, under this plate, there's a screw. I can't tell you where, because, I mean, it's about right here. It's a screw. And funny enough, you have to literally pry this thing open, pop this plate off, and unscrew it, and actually get to the screw. And it's a pain in the ass. I will say that. It's a pain in the ass. I think it took me about 5 to 10 minutes to actually do it. Even though I've already done it, I'm more than welcome to do it again. I actually have somewhat of practice, or at least know what I'm doing. While I was actually opening this because I wanted to see the internals, I did actually take the ratchet out because I don't want to chamber any balls yet. Hold this. It is. Oh, see, there you go. It just falls. So I did take the ratchet out because I absolutely hate the ratchet. It gives it a more smooth and clean prime, in my opinion. So I took it out while I was in there. I'm probably gonna get rid of the safety. It's not the best safety. It could probably have a little bit more, like, you bend it. You make it safe, so you bend it down. It's great. That's got a great click to it. When you turn it up, you actually got to put some force into it. So that kind of thing. What else do I have to say? Hopefully this can take an Artemis cylinder. I have an idea on a pump grip I already want to do. It's probably going to do some modifying to the grip. Stock, I have no idea because I absolutely love this thing. It might be my rival primary for a while because it's the only thing I know how to run, and it's the only thing I can run at this point that doesn't use a magazine, which is great. I will say that it's fabulous for not using a magazine. I prefer to use stuff like this, which got built-in capacity. It's already got a built-in chamber, and all I got to do is load it and make sure just top it off. I rather top off than have magazines because unnecessary bulk. I'm not the most skinniest person on this world, so I got a belt. I got 2 dump pouches. I can fill those up easily with some rival rounds. Make sure they don't. I can put a bag. I got a bag with a hole for my hand, so I can grab balls and they won't fall out. That's great. Fabulous. I actually ran out Artemis that way. I would like to see if the Hades would do that. I didn't have to top off the Artemis that much, but it was great having balls because then you could, like, I think I had like 200 rounds on me. It was great. I think I had maybe a little bit more than 200. Yeah, I mean, other than the handle, I need to take a file and just like angle this in just a little bit because that is getting into my finger. The stock needs to be extended and dropped, or at least put on an angle. A pump grip, preferably. And if somebody wants to donate one of their, like, if they have a broken Artemis, wants to donate the cylinder, please, 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 you will get something from me. I will happily help you out with anything you need. I'm willing to do anything out of my comfort zone. So, you can shotgun this. Bubba mentioned when he did the Artemis review, you can shotgun this the same exact way. Just make sure you put an extra ball behind it. An extra ball behind it. Yeah, I know, that's... I'm perverted in my head all the time. Other than that, I think the lines are really good. I think it's just about the same as an Artemis. I think it's got a little bit more of a beefy look to it. I would like to see how well it paints up. I have a couple ideas on how I'm going to paint it, because I've painted an Artemis once, and it painted up really well with how much layers there is with the black, and then the black kind of helps. So I like it. I like it. It would be better with my preferred, honestly. That's why we have modders. Us modders are picky, so we make it the way we want, and it's perfect for us. I got a few ideas on some other things. Also, if anyone's out there that does an HPA thing, and they want to run a rival HPA system kind of thing, this is the thing for you. I mean, it's got 60 rounds right here. It's got a relatively gigantic plunger tube where you can put a tank in it, and it'll say that right against right behind the ball. You got enough room for some connector, some JV3 connector. I know that I'm sorry, I don't know HPA enough as it is, but some JV3 valves, I think that's what they're called, behind the trigger. You got enough room for some hose, a quick connector. My idea with it, like the Artemis, it's kind of skeletonized. They actually did add some extra plastic up in here. They have a sleeve right here, so I can actually put my finger in here. My idea is to go get some strip of LEDs and put it up, just put a strip on each side and have like a battery compartment over here. Flip a switch and this all glows. I think that would just look neon. It would be radioactive. So I love this. It fits my body style very well with me being gigantic. So I like it. It needs to be modified because I'm picky and the stock is not that great. I think if I had to change anything out of this whole freaking thing, it's the stock. Extend it by about from where the stock ends, maybe like another 3.5, maybe 5 inches, no more than 5 inches, and either angle it down so it sits a little lower, or just find a way to move it down so we can. It's got you can comfortably sight it. Also, this magazine, since it's angled and it's not so skeletonized, it is very comfortable for cheek rest. This honestly might be Legion, because I prefer Rival. I honestly do prefer Rival over anything. Darts. I do want to make a Springer, but I love Springers over flywheels, and I like Rival out of anything. I started out loving Rival more than stuff because it just fitted my playstyle more. I still want to build the Alpha Trooper. Don't get me wrong. That might be a different name under that category. This honestly might get Legion. I think it wouldn't suit it. I mean, this is big and bulky, so this might not get Legion's name, but yeah. Also, I'm probably going to buy another one of these. I'm not 100% sure, but I know we're not on too high on subscribers, but on my Instagram, if any of y'all have one, it's Neo_15.2. My last recent post was about a week ago saying I was going to quit, and I do actually plan on quitting. Just my environment right now is not friendly for this hobby right now, so I rather take a 2-year break. I need to think about my future. I do still want to do this, and my future will actually help out the hobby. I got a few ideas that I think would be great. I don't have the experience, but I would like to learn so I can actually produce those items and maybe sell them or something like that. I don't know. I want to contribute to the hobby and just give my idea. What else? I would like to buy a second one, maybe paint it up and give one away on my Instagram since we have a little over 100 followers. I do appreciate that. Probably do a giveaway. What I'll do is I'll have a Hades. It will come with the original 60 rounds. Maybe some, I think like a couple, probably like another 100 rounds with it, so you have about 200 total. I'm just thinking of ideas. Maybe do a custom paint job for it if somebody wants. If I have the colors to do it, or the extra money to actually go and buy it and do a clear coat over it. I might do a giveaway on Instagram if anybody would like to join. You go follow me on Neo. It's literally Neo_15.2. Go follow me on there. If you know me, message me. It's also where you can contact me for commission work because I am broke. I have lots of spray paint. I've only used a little bit of it on the Corona, so yeah. So I think that's all I gotta say about the Hades. Other than that, it's really good. It's got I mean, if it didn't have the problems I would say, I'm like, go buy it. But $70 is a bit. I think you can go get an Infinite. I think you can get an Infinite for 70 or a Vader and something a little bit something less. I think a Thunderhawk. It's the Thunderhawk, but the mega thing, so you can get the darts. Or if you really wanted to, go get a Prometheus. But if this, I like it. It's probably going to be my primary for future-wise. I'll probably take it to most of my games because I prefer Rival over anything, but there hasn't been a really good Rival Blaster for my case, but the Hades is my preferred. So, I think we're just rambling now, so we're going to go ahead and end it. So, this is Neo signing off. I'll see y'all eventually. Alright, see y'all later, guys.